These are tablets people take to help fix dodgy joints like knees. A bottle of 60 pills will cost you $40. The concentrated active ingredient costs around $200 for a kilogram bag. As it happens, that $200 a kilo powder can be processed from the windpipe of cattle. In fact, cattle, sheep and goats carry around in their bodies lots of compounds which are valuable to the pharmaceutical industry. An MLA research program is seeking to develop technology to ensure the value of those compounds is passed back to producers.
What we're looking to do is to help the processors and producer end of the supply chain to get into the value-added market, to get into the bioactives market. There are gaps currently in the infrastructure for producing bioactives and taking them through to market. Somebody has to fill those gaps. It could be the pharmaceutical manufacturers, but what we're trying to do is to get the producers and processors to step up and fill that gap.
Here at Selborne Biological Services at Longford in Tasmania, the vision is already a reality. High-value products for pharmaceuticals and veterinary medicine are the end product. The raw material? Bovine blood. Pretty much every drop that the abattoir at Smithton can supply.
The majority of it would end up in meat and bone meal production, or be rendered. So the application is, if we don't take it, is very low value.
The star product here is a cholesterol concentrate known as Lipomax. Drug companies use this stuff to feed big vats of live mammalian cells, cultured to produce treatments against human disease.
Well, the cells have been specifically developed to produce antibodies against cancer cells, for example.
But the development of Lipomax might never have happened, at least not in Australia, without investment from industry.
Basically, the development challenges were significant, and it's a high or an expensive project to see through on our own. We were always confident we would overcome the challenges we had. The issue is the timing and the money that takes.
For the blood from the abattoir, Selborne pays the processor, making meat processing more profitable and sustaining the work's demand for livestock. For its investment in the development of Lipomax, Selborne pays MLA a royalty, money which goes to fund more R&D.
Without some sort of assistance, this terrific opportunity, using Australian raw materials, Australian know-how, Australian technology to get into the market, would not have been possible.
Getting antibodies for human medicine from animals may seem a bit way out, but really things have just come full circle. Back in the 1700s, the first human vaccine for smallpox was simply the live cowpox virus. In fact, the word vaccine comes from the Latin word meaning cow.
We could identify the animals which we know are going to be valuable to the pharmaceutical companies. We can signal to them that they're coming along. This is using feed forward to produce a product of greater value to the pharmaceutical manufacturers. If it's of greater value to them, then we can, and only we can do it, then we can get a greater share of the value. And that's a really exciting project.
Some of the future bioactives from this industry could even come from live donor flocks and herds, rather than via the processing sector. There's a sister company to Selborne that's already getting antibodies to a variety of toxins from sheep who've gradually had their immunity built up. MLA has compiled a compendium identifying 150 bioactive products as possible new value streams to the Australian red meat industry, including the dodgy knee powder chondroitin sulfate. It's unlikely that any one bioactive product will revolutionise the industry or its profitability, but each new product adds to the total value of an animal, on the hoof or on the hooks.